Welcome to Team 537's Robo Recap for the week of January 26th to the 31st. I'm your host, Danny Callis. The second half of build season is well underway. Team 537 is continuing to focus on completing our robot by the February 17th deadline. The 17th marks the end of the build season and the beginning of the 2015 Recycle Rush competition season. Last year, Team 537 changed our robot designs away from using mechanical fasteners and began to weld the entire aluminum robot frame together. This made the robot lighter and more manageable. Unfortunately, our only student welder capable of working with aluminum stock graduated last year. This year, 2 members of our mechanical CDT have begun learning the difficult and exciting skill.
Welding is pretty technical. I'll start off with design creates the schematics up on the computer, and then when it comes into the shop, mechanical machines those parts, and then we get them to set it up. Setup is pretty much everything for the welding process. It could take up to 20-25 minutes just to get it right and straight. You gotta use a lot of clamps, and then once everything's set up and everything's in position, that's when you can take it over to the booth. And then the next thing you gotta do is clean the area you're about to weld with an aluminum brush so you get out the impurities. And then once from there, you gotta get up for the welder. Setup is everything as well. So you gotta be in a really good position for myself, for example, just to get a perfect weld. And if that's not, that could take up to time too, but it's rather you do it perfect in the first place than have it not so good and then you're spending 30 minutes outside cleaning up a bad weld that could have been prevented if you just would have set it up perfect in the first place. Different welds, you can do either TIG welding or MIG welding. For TIG, it's mainly you just got your torch and then you got filler rods, so basically you're heating up an area for a bubble and you're just pretty much adding and going across back and forth while your foot's pushing down on what you could say is like a gas pedal that draws a big amount of heat or little. You just gotta get it right so you can just heat it up and not melt through the part completely. And then for MIG, it's basically all you got is a spool gun that automatically unspools it while you push down the thing, the trigger on it. My mentor, Mr. Stone, has been really good with teaching me this and really patient with me, and I really appreciate that. In the long run, this will help because if I get into welding as a career, I can be like self-independent and make a good living for myself in the trade because I can take it anywhere basically. And for example, my dad owns some machining and welding shop, and so that's something I could take on the family business, and I got opportunities all around, and so I'll see where the road takes me.
The goal of FIRST in Team 537 is to nurture the next generation of engineers and technicians, and to develop skills that the students will need for the rest of their lives. This goal cannot be met without the guidance of our mentors. We caught up with Mr. Chris Pollock and Mr. Bruce Van Eyck, who have each been mentors for over a decade. We also spoke with Mr. Cole Simchik, who joined Team 537 this year. From them, we learned a few things about mentoring.
Well, my job right now is to work through the entire design of the robot, understand how we actually integrate all the components together. I'm also the lead mentor for the team, which means I coordinate all the other mentors that are working with Team 537 to make sure everybody has jobs for our 70-plus students. I became a mentor here, actually, kind of a funny story. At GE, they decided to ask everybody if they would like to have free pizza and learn about FIRST. So I showed up for free pizza, found out about the program, and it just sparked my interest. It just was like, wow, this is so cool. Hamilton High School is my alma mater. I actually graduated from here in 1994. So I knew the principal, I knew a couple of the teachers still here. So I suggested using Hamilton High School as our first team for GE Healthcare using this initiative, and that's basically how it started. The best part of my job as a mentor is actually seeing the students grow. Finding somebody who comes in as a freshman who doesn't even know what a Phillips head screwdriver is, to then actually producing an entire drivetrain to be able to maneuver around the course is just the coolest thing for me. To see them grow as individuals and as professionals is just astounding to me. There's absolutely nothing that I have found in the entire world that has a real life example for students than this program. You truly find out what a true prototype process happens in industry. You have huge time constraints, you have to deliver, and you have changes that come along the way and you have to adapt to them. It is the coolest program I've ever been a part of.
I became a mentor when my oldest son was a freshman in the team, and I was watching them come up with all these interesting ideas of ways of doing things, and I just wanted to be part of the solution for helping them work through these problems. I think the best part of my job is just watching the kids jump in and do all the work. It's nice just to be able to stand back and marvel at all the energy that I wish I still had. Like I said, it's fun to see the kids be able to work through their problems and get things finished.
My daughter wanted to be an electrical at first, and she persuaded me that they needed some help in electrical. I think they lost a longtime mentor, and she said, well, you could really help out here. So I came in one day, and the team had a lot of energy. It was kind of fun, so I stayed and tried to help out. I enjoy working with the kids. The kids, you guys are really high energy. Sometimes that can be also a not so enjoyable part, but trying to make sure that you guys stay focused, although being a challenge, sometimes it can be a lot of fun. I enjoy working with the kids and making sure that you guys are learning something. There can be some challenges. The hours are challenging, working from 6 to 10 after working a full day. But there's a lot of rewards too. I think every time we get something working and see it going, you get a little pumped up, you get happy, the kids get excited, and that's the best part of it.
I love working with all our mentors. They're amazing people, and they are always eager to help us learn, and they only want to see you reach your potential. Honestly, I've learned everything I know from them. They taught me how to use the lathe, the mill, and everything else in the shop, basically. And even though I'm a senior on the team this year, I continue to learn new stuff from them every day. So it's just amazing to be working with them.
Remember, the Team 537 Mini Regional is on February 15th at Hamilton High School in Sussex. There you can see more than a dozen robots in action and get a feel for how a real competition regional works. Many FRC teams from across Wisconsin will come to test and enhance their robots before Ship Day, February 17th. Admission is free. Join the fun from noon to 4. Everyone's invited. Thanks for joining us for this summary of the 4th week of build season. Tune in next week for Team 537 Robo Recap. Thanks for watching.